What is going on, everybody? I'm back with another live show. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. We're going to talk about Donald Trump. I don't think I've really done a live stream going in depth because I think I need to. It's a lot of ignorance that I see on my channel when it comes to political views, and we're going to get into it. So make sure y'all like the stream as you come in. I'm going to play these instrumentals and come back with my commentary, all right?
Perfect.
What's good, everybody? What's good? Y'all know who this is. This is your host, BIack, and I'm back on the Sunday night to speak to the people. I have a very hard-hitting topic that I know is going to get people in their feelings. But y'all know what's crazy? The people who complain about Trump the most in my comment section won't be in the chat room to explain why every time Trump tweets something, they get over emotional. We got to talk about this. Black people right now, their emotions are controlled by a man's Twitter page. And something has to be done about this. Y'all know I did a video earlier today about Victor Blackwell crying his eye, pretending to cry his eyes out. I mean, he was trying. I mean, you could tell he should have went and put some eye drops in his eyes or something, because that was an epic fail. And then I had grown-ass black men defending this guy. Like, what's wrong with some of you brothers? I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all are sitting up here defending this. Like, you act like what he did was great for the people. No, it wasn't. It was great for himself and ratings. That's what that's for. CNN is all about them ratings, man. And y'all falling for it. It's crazy. But shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to the mods. I'm going to get some shout outs real quick. Shout out to Nicholas, Naima. What's going on, Naima? Virgo, Young Jaye, True ATLN, Amani, Ill Wills, Cat, Tony. See Johnny, Young Jaye, Gemini, Torian, what's up? Unique, Dark Meteorite, Bantu, The Rapper, Numero Uno, Medley, Vern, David, what's up? Ronnie, D-Map, J. Raquel, what's good? Let's see. Jamaican dude, ENT, my ninja, Nor, Soldier, I think that's how you say it right, Soldier, The Good Nurse, what's up? Be Friends, Emmanuel King, let's see. It should be A Goddess, Knave, what's good? Sadia, James, Ware, Ricky E, what's going on, man? Humble Beast, shout out to everybody. So before I get started, I just want to speak to True ATL real quick. You know, True, me and some, some of the supporters of the platform come together to do something for you, man, because you always show a lot of support on my live shows, comment section. And what I'm going to do is send me your info, either a mailing address or a P.O. box, and I'll send you some gear for free, bro. Just go and choose whatever you want to choose. I'll send it to you, and when I get my new designs in there sometime in the next week or so, I'll send you one of those as well. So send me your info. If you don't want to send a mailing address, that's fine. You can do a P.O. box. Just go sign up for one, and I'll send it to you, all right? So just hit me up in the email, Trey. Tell them. Just want to show some love to you. Me and a couple other mods, you know? Because True ATL does show a lot of support, man. Very consistent. Consistency works good in my eyes. But I want to do that because I know you're going through a lot, bro. And I want to reward you for going through a lot because I understand some of the issues you've had, and you know, I just want y'all to know I have my moderators back. It's been like that since I started doing these streams regularly, you know. And that's how I tell them from the moment I make them mine to when there's new ones, you know. I believe in loyalty and showing respect to people. You know, it's good, Tanner. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it with this topic here. But before I get into it, there's a couple things I want to speak on first. All right. Where is it? Did I leave my notes? Hold on. Y'all know I take notes, right? Let me get the notes. Is that no? Nah, that's not notes. Is this? I got a bunch of papers on my desk, and none of them are exactly what I was looking for. Son of a bitch. Is that it? No, that's not it. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold on. Let me get these notes. Let's see. Get the. Let's see. Looking for my notes. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold up while I look up some stuff. Cause there's a couple of topics I want to get to before I got started on the topic, but I may have to get into it. Yeah. Y'all know I take notes and stuff like that. Usually I have this stuff memorized, but y'all know every once in a while, you know, I have to write some stuff down. But anyway, in regards to the other channels and me putting up videos, I know y'all noticed last night I put up a couple videos. Okay, I did one on the girl that got jumped in Chicago. I did another one about the woman who was calling her own baby ugly. You know, and also about Black China's mother saying that she had an abortion by Future. And the reason why I did that video is because I was going to do a longer form video about Future. So that's what I wanted to say, you know. What's good, China? China, you on a new channel? Why you ain't on your other channel? I don't see your blue, China. Where's the wrench at? Did you leave it at home? But anyway, forget about it. Let's get into this. I did the video about Victor Blackwell. Hopefully y'all have seen it. And from my understanding, right, because going into this, I didn't know the guy was a part of the alphabet community. You know? I did not know he was part of the alphabet community. Shout out to Vern. Donald Trump brings fake outrage. And he also brings numbers. He brings numbers. And that's what he's doing for CNN. But you got Victor Blackwell. People said that he was part of the alphabet community. Now, I'm not sure if he's a part of that. But I think it's been confirmed. So that makes sense what CNN is doing. Now they have 3, I believe, members of the alphabet community. You know? And you got him, you got Don Lemon, and you got Anderson Cooper. Now, I want y'all to understand something. I have no issue with whatever he does in his personal life. That has nothing to do with me and nobody else. As long as he's not on TV telling people about who he's dating and how people need to accept it, I don't care what he does. Like the stream, people. I don't care what he does. But when you get on TV and you fake cry, You know, you're fake crying and you're shedding tears. I have to look at the situation for what it is. This is a time for you to become a victim and push the victim narrative. Or really, Terrence, that would explain it. That would explain the initiative. You know? Now, I'm making it plain for everybody. I don't care about his orientation. I really don't. That is his business. I have no issue with what goes on in his personal life. But don't try to play the you calling Baltimore infested, and because of that, that means that somehow you're racist. You don't like black people. And I have to say this, you know, the media is using race in order to attack Donald Trump. And I think that's exactly what Trump wants. That's why I tell black people, stop being triggered by what this man tweets on Twitter. Okay? Now, are there good parts of Baltimore? Absolutely. Are there very bad parts of Baltimore? Yes. You know? Yes. There are bad parts of a lot of different cities, but there has been a major problem in Baltimore. A lot of crime, a lot of corruption. And you have the DNC trying to figure out who the candidate for the presidency is going to be. And they're trying any and everything. They tried the immigration card, you know. Now they're going back to the one that they can always use, which is the Donald Trump hates black people. And I literally saw grown men complaining because I did not support this man fake crying on TV. See, Terrence, why are you giving me bad information, broski? Oh, man. I just wish people understand that Trump is doing this for a reason. He's doing this because he knows it triggers these liberals. He knows this. And because he knows this, people have not even talked about some of the policies that he's been pushing, while people have cared more about racism and about him telling a congresswoman to go back to whatever country she came from. Right now, he's working towards making it harder for people to come to America from South America. He's making it tougher. He's also passing through other bills as well. And I want people to understand that Trump understands y'all more than y'all think he does. He was a Democrat. He understands that pandering to black people and triggering black people, he understands how to do it. And he's using it in reverse. Victor Blackwell is talking about Baltimore and talking about the city not the city that lives there, but the people that are there. But he hasn't been living in that city since he was a teenager. He left and never came back. You know? Now, people are going to ask me, and people keep asking me, and I keep telling them whether or not I'm a Trump supporter. I have said no. I have not been a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump supporter today. I'm not even a conservative. I'm a libertarian. Shout out to Trevon. Appreciate that. I'm a libertarian. You know? And Trump knows that his main voting base gets fired up over his tweets. He has a solid base, man. He understands it probably more than Democrats do. Because Democrats are trying to pander to blacks, pander to Hispanics, pander to the gay groups and the women's groups. You know? But understand this. I am not a political person. Y'all know I don't even do political commentary because I'm not for politics. I'm just not a political person, but I am a person who listens. I'm a person who does the research. And what I understand is Trump is willing to speak to people, the same people who call him a racist, he's willing to talk to them. He's willing to have that conversation. His base tell him to build that wall. What is he trying to do? Build that wall. He just won a ruling by the Supreme Court. It might be temporary. It might be not more issues for him as far as the legal process, but he's still out there pushing forward what his base want him to push forward. They want him to be who he is now. Shout out to Rose Scholar, says, you know why I'm here. And people got to understand, he is a Democrat. He is a business Democrat. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the older guard of the Democratic Party are just like Trump. Don't let the party affiliations fool you. But he leans, I think, a little bit more to the right than they do. They're more about open borders and, things of that nature. He is not. And the reason why I don't have these discussions about politics with black people is because they get so emotional. What's going on, Face? They get so emotional. This guy tweeted about Baltimore. He's doing this because he doesn't want you to see what he's tweeting with his right hand when he doesn't want y'all to know what he's doing with his left hand. Okay? And what's interesting is that the people that complain the most are not even going to vote. I mean, look at the Democratic debates. Look at who's running. Can any of y'all tell me y'all going to vote for any of those people? Like, seriously. You gotta look at this, man. People should come to this country legally. You can't just walk into people's countries. That's not how it works. As long as people are coming here legally, I have no problem with them coming here. Just like I couldn't go to somebody else's country and just walk across the border. Do you know what they will do? People have been imprisoned walking across borders. People have been imprisoned in North Korea, Iran, for simply walking a few steps across the wrong border. People's lives are ruined by doing that. But here, you got your own politicians who are okay with anybody coming here from any different country. And guess what neighborhoods they're going to be moving into? They're going to be moving into black neighborhoods. They're not moving into the white communities. They're going to move into black communities. Look at what's happened to Southern California. Shout out to Rose Scholar again. Blackwell is another big mouth who's getting his terrorized by white men in the bed just like Don Lemon. Has that been confirmed? The only Democratic candidate that looks promising is Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, right? She seems to be the only one with common sense. But even some of her policies I very much so disagree with. I'm pretty sure you do, BK. You know, you living in New York, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have stories about Trump. Listen, I'm not saying y'all should vote for Trump. I'm not saying you should support him. But we got to look at common sense, people. We got to look at logic here. What benefits us as black people more? Open borders, anybody coming in here, getting, Section 8 and welfare, moving into your neighborhoods, because that's where they're going. Getting the jobs that black men should be getting as far as construction and roofing and all these other jobs that a lot of black men who may have records that they can get. 'Cause there's a lot of black men out here who do have records, whether it be petty stuff or, hardcore stuff. Shout out to Rogue again. Tosi is too logical. Yeah, I know she's too logical for the Democratic Party. They're calling her a conservative when she's not a conservative. She just has common sense. She served in the army. I think Trump has a very strong possibility of getting reelected. Because look who he's going against. Trump has a damn near cult-like support base. I'm not talking about people who just say, hey, I would vote for that guy or I like what he's saying. His base is strong, man. I mean, he has one of the strongest bases that you could have as a political candidate. I would say Bernie Sanders had that, a couple years ago. He had a very solid base, and that fell apart when he bent the knee to Hillary Clinton. And I think that black people supporting illegal immigration is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. It's going to affect you more than it's going to affect white people. Just because non-white people are coming to this country does not mean that they're moving into those white communities. Do you not understand that they're moving into black communities? They're not moving into some newly built development in the middle of nowhere. They're moving into the Houstons and Dallas and the Los Angeles and the San Diegos and where else? The Miamis or the Orlandos, maybe even the Atlantas. They're moving into your neighborhoods. They're dropping them off in your neighborhoods. Shout out to Rose Scholar again. Trump is the reason lots of coloreds are about to meet their dads for the first time because of the First Step Act. That was a good thing he did. Getting those black men out of prison. Now you still got black people complaining about that. I heard there were black people that were talking about, well, where are they gonna work? It's like, would you rather them stay and rotting in prison? Like seriously. If he's doing good things, you got to give him credit. Trump has done some good things, so I'm going to give him credit on that. He has a support base that he is working towards doing things for. People who actually campaigned for him and supported him. When the media was calling him a racist, all of a sudden Donald Trump became a racist in 2016. The guy had a successful TV show, businessman, hanging out with rappers and everybody else in the entertainment industry. All of a sudden, he runs for president as a Republican. I thought it was a joke, to be honest with you. When Trump first ran, I thought that was a joke. I was like, and because he was a Democrat. He was a Democrat, and now you're running as a Republican. I was like, there's no way Republicans are going to support this guy. But Trump has a personality that is strong. He has a personality that is strong. You saw it in those debates. His personality overshadowed everybody there. And when you see, and then that's where the base started to grow, because the Republican voters just saw how Trump out of nowhere just overshadowed those guys, made fun of them, was low-key disrespectful towards them. Yeah, that's another thing too. Black people getting mad at him for wanting ASAP Rocky out of jail. Y'all know I was ready to do a video on that. About how these black people who talk about how pro-black they are sitting up there giddy about ASAP Rocky being in that Swedish jail because he didn't go to Ferguson and pretend like he, wanted to be an activist. Let me tell y'all something, man. 70-80% of these celebrities are acting on social media. When they go to these gatherings, they're only there for the photos, people. They're only there to post pictures on Instagram and act like they're really out there building. Them people are out there getting shine off of the backs of the dysfunction in their community. Look at the rap music. Shout out to Rose Scholar. He gave his prized possession, Ivanka, to a Jew, and they call him anti-Semitic. Right, right. His daughter married a damn Jew. But he's anti-Semitic. He hates all minorities. Listen, man. Everybody has their opinion of Trump. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to tell you how I think and what I believe. And I want this live stream to put all this shit to bed. And the fact remains is that I do not support this new age liberalism. I do not support the Democratic Party at all. The only Democrat I acknowledge as a seemingly decent candidate or person is Tulsi Gabbard. That's about it. The rest of these people are morons. Elijah Cummings, your district is trash. It is, bro. That's how you keep getting reelected. Because there's a lot of ignorant people who keep making sure that you're back there in Washington. Look at some of the districts these congressmen and senators come from, and you tell me if they're doing a good job. Now, I know that you have mayors and you have, people who are responsible for making sure their city is running properly. Okay? Like in my city, even in my state, we had a Democratic governor for like 8 years. He was actually a pretty decent governor. If you look at him from back then to now, people would think he was a Republican, but he was actually a Democrat. Now we've been nothing but Republicans ever since. The mayor of my city, because my city has basically is being revitalized, like they're tearing down old buildings downtown, and they're basically gentrifying certain areas. They brought a lot of shit here. He's a Democrat. But you don't see the Democratic bullshit here, because throughout the city, you see them working on roads and shit like that, fixing up shit. But the mayor of my city, he's more like an independent / Democrat. But he's mainly a Democrat. He's a young guy too. He was a young guy when he won. So sometimes it's not always the party affiliation, but then it is, especially when it comes to black politicians. I look at the work that's being done. I look at who has ideas that work. You got these old politicians, these old black politicians who've done nothing for their districts. All they do is make empty promises, and black people never hold them to it. This is how you have these socialists like AOC win and be able to get into Congress because you got these congressmen who get comfortable because they're not being challenged. She found a loophole and was able to challenge and win. These guys are comfortable because they know that nobody's going to run against them that can win, because they're able to make empty promises. They're able to say, you know what, I'm a Democrat. You should be able to support me. Now, personally, I'm not either, because I see the weakness of the Republican Party. And I see how the Democratic Party is being turned on top of its head. There's a lot of corruption that has gone on in Baltimore for a long time. You look at these Democratic candidates that are coming up. They don't care about black people. They know that all they have to do is say, you know, Trump is a racist. Look at what he tweeted. And you got all these black people willing to go to war for the Democrats. They're willing to vote for Kamala Harris. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Who else? Who else you got? Elizabeth Warren. You got socialist Bernie Sanders. I mean, come on, man. Trust me, black people, you definitely do not want socialism. I'm telling you right now. You think things are bad now. And let me tell you this. There is a lot of wealthy people in America, and they do support Republicans, but they support Democrats too, because Democrats keep a division between them and y'all. The wealthy Democrats know that as long as they continue to support the fuckery and the dysfunction and continue to give you welfare and Section 8, you'll never live nowhere near their gated communities. Oh yeah, Joe Biden too. Let me let Joe Biden, you know, something's wrong with me, Biden. Y'all, listen, I literally saw this guy kiss his granddaughter on the mouth as if that was his wife. I mean, not like tongue, but just gave her a kiss. Like she was standing right next. Listen, man, I don't even think I can explain it right now. I saw that video and was completely disgusted. But that's Joe Biden. That's creepy Joe Biden. You know, that just came to mind just now. But yeah, that's creepy Joe. That's another guy who a lot of black people are ready to go to war over. You know? Which I really don't understand that. I mean, because he was the vice president to Barack Obama. People are ready to vote for this guy, and he's getting a lot of money, a lot of support. I just hope black people understand you have options. You really do. You have options. You don't have to support one party. You don't. You can choose to sit out. You can choose to support independents, whoever. But don't listen to these clowns tell you that you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. Don't be Victor Blackwell and fake cry and try to look for white sympathy. White liberals will pat you on the head and laugh at their meetings at Starbucks. That's what they do. They sit and talk about how much better they're making the world for blacks and other minorities, how it's good that you're poor and living off the government. They tell you how they should do the thinking for you. Is that the type of people that you want to support? Because those are the type of people who only during the campaigning season are they looking for, to appease you, And it's like a playbook that they use. And I want you to understand it's okay not to support them. Don't mean you got to support Republicans. It just means stop getting on social media defending these people. There is a lot of power that we still have. It's the power of free thought. It's the power to express ourselves the way that we want to. Don't let people tell you that you can't. Don't let them try to control and manipulate you and make it seem like, you know, they're the smart ones. You should listen to them. Stop being triggered by tweets from a guy you've never met. A guy who knows this and he tweets this stuff in order to not, so y'all not see that he's actually pushing policies that benefit his base. We have to think about the future. Right, yo. Like Bette Midler, and I did a video about her. She's one of these Democrat liberals who you can tell she lives in a bubble. And she sees black people as victims and black people as weak and black people as dumb and, you know, and just says this outrageous things because that's who she is. That's what she believes. Like the stream people. The liberal mainstream media continues to use us to attack Donald Trump. Don't fall for it. Ilhan Omar married her freaking brother. Okay? From what reports. Okay? This is a woman who cares more about her religion than race. I don't care if she's from Somalia. I ain't from there, so I don't identify with her. Stop trying to identify with somebody who doesn't care about your community, who don't care about you as a black American, as ADOS, okay? And I'm seeing black people come to this woman's defense. And I'm like, really? Like, so because Trump told her to go back to her country if she don't like it here, all of a sudden that's racist. This is the same guy who would take photos of rappers, had a television show. He had all these celebrities on there. He made Omarosa a household. Well, Omarosa made herself a household name, but he gave her a platform over and over. Other blacks as well. We weren't putting that he's racist out there then, but we wait until he's running for president because the mainstream media realized that he wasn't a puppet. They couldn't control him. They can control some of these other guys. They can control Hillary Clinton and some of these other people. They can't really control him. Even though he's a Democrat, they can't control him. They can't control what he says. They can't control what he does. And so because they can't control him, they attack him. They can't and that's the thing, man. I really wish black people stopped getting upset about race because at some point, other cultures are going to stop caring too. Like, if you call them a racist, they're going to be like, so what? Because we've ran that word into the ground. You have white people calling other white people white supremacists, calling them racist. They're next thing you know, they're going to walk around, using the N-word in their vocabulary. That's what's going to happen because they think because they're liberals that you will accept them and embrace them and let them say whatever they want to say. Have y'all ever heard one of these stupid ass white liberals say, well, if I should say the N-word, if you say the N-word, I should be able to say it. We got to really look at those things. You see, I'm about logic. I'm not about emotion. I don't get emotional over what Donald Trump tweets. What Donald Trump tweets doesn't bother me because it's words. And he usually has a specific target of those words. And I see y'all tweet him all the time. And he sees that shit. So if he says something that you don't like, I see a lot of people go back and forth with him. Like, for instance, y'all know about the female just Yes Jules, right? Yes Jules got ran off Twitter by a guy that she was going back and forth with. She was going back and forth with this guy. She was basically talking about how she was talking to a bunch of rich non-Americans, and they said that they weren't supporters of Donald Trump, but they liked his policies. This is what she said, right? And people went in on this female. Y'all know I have my disagreements with Yes Jules. I think she is a clout chasing female. I think she's sleeping and slurking and whatever her way to whatever position in life she wants to get to. And she was mainly getting attacked by black people. Specifically, it was this brother. Let me see if I can look it up. It was this brother that actually went at Yes Jules and, sort of ran her off of Twitter, which I really don't have an issue with because, Yes Jules is not exactly the type of person who I really care for. Again, I think that she's one of these clout chasers. She's willing to, slizerk and, whatever it is, whatever it takes to, get to where it is that she wants to go. I think she's willing to go however far she needs to in order to be able to get to where she wants to go. Let me pull this tweet up. No, these tweets. I'll pull these up real quick so y'all see it. Hopefully y'all see it. I just want to speak on this. I just want to speak on this real quick while I was live. This is what she had tweeted, if y'all can see it. This is what she tweeted. I'm at a dinner date with a group of wealthy friends. Let me see, y'all can see it. From a handful of different countries, and I'm shocked to hear they don't like Trump, but actually agree with his policies. I'm making arguments, and they are straight up shutting me up with every point I make. I feel so uneducated. And that's from Yes Jules. So she basically admitted that she's not that politically intelligent. And this ain't just her. It's a lot of other people who get on social media and talk that political talk and get shut down. Shout out to Philibee67. Omarosa now calls him racist. Yeah, she is. Now she is. Now she is. But Yes Jules basically admitted that these foreign rich people shut her down. Let's see. These are some of the tweets here. This was the guy she was going at right here. She put her page on private or she deleted it. Maybe just not so much. All you can see is his responses. Because he's the guy, I guess, who kind of ran her off, so to speak. But she saved the screenshots, as you can see it here. Maybe you're just not smart then. Maybe I, like a majority of people, have misconceptions about our current political policies, who put them in place and so forth. As I mentioned in the tweet, I admitted to feeling uneducated on the topic, or did you miss that part? Maybe you aren't so smart. I think you're misunderstanding. I'm saying you might not be smart if you can't argue against obviously harmful racist policies. I would like to know what those racist policies are. Like, can y'all explain to me what those racist policies are? Because I can't label somebody racist unless they're out here calling people N-words and monkeys, how we need to go back to Africa or whatever, country we came from, and they're putting together proposals to get blacks out of here and reenact, bring back Jim Crow. We got to stop this labeling everybody racist, because at the end of the day, people, that don't help us as a people. Coming off as weak don't help us as a people. It really don't. It don't. And I think that, and yes, Jules, for her to admit she got shut down by, look, the only reason why she backed down is because she was around people who are more intelligent than her and understand business. She doesn't. She's one of these social media white liberals who think that they know the world, and they don't. They think the world is Twitter. The world is not Twitter. Okay? And I bet she'd probably be one of them who will get on social media and denounce Trump, but gets ran off Twitter by by those same people who asked you be kissing. Listen, man. Be yourself. Stop trying to pander to people. It does not work well in the end for you, because you're still going to be looked upon as a clown. Okay? Yes, y'all got to tell me about these racist policies. Like, so making sure that people come to your country legally, is that one of the racist policies? Okay, what is the other one? I can't lie on people. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and lie on anybody. I don't care if it's somebody that I don't like. I'm not going to sit there and lie on those people, because I don't want nobody lying on me. Even if they don't like me, tell the truth. Don't lie on me. That's all I'm saying. Make sure y'all like the stream, people. There's something else I want to talk about too, real quick. I want to talk about these people who are throwing water on these police officers. I want to ask y'all this. Let me get off the screen. I want to ask y'all this, and I'm being very honest here. What do y'all get out of throwing water on police officers with handguns and maybe even tasers? What kind of shit is that? Like, seriously, I want to know from y'all, what do you get out of throwing buckets of water on police officers? How is that going to fight white supremacy? Tell me that. I'm just being logical here. That's all I know how to be, people. I only know how to be logical. I'm about facts. And I just want to know from the pro-ax, what do you get out of throwing buckets of water on police officers? What do you get out of that? If you were so afraid of these cops, why would you be doing that? So it's very difficult for me to sit here and act like we're just being targeted and people are just after us when you have videos of police officers being doused with water. But y'all still want me to toe the party line, right? Talk about these cops being racist. Talk about the cops just targeting us. We shouldn't be doing stuff like that. We shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Because the public is going to see that, and they're not going to feel sorry for you if it gets into one of these situations where these police officers get physical with these dudes. It's crazy. But I know y'all gonna believe. See, I'm very logical. Okay? When I approach things, I don't speak from emotion. This is why there's certain topics I don't do, because I know that my emotions may come out in certain topics. So I don't do those topics, you know? I stay away from those. Or I'll wait, you know. I'll wait a while until I'm ready to speak on something, and then I'll speak on it. What's going on in America today is troubling, because it's not the world that I grew up in. You know? Yeah, you know, I've been through tough times growing up in the hood or whatever, but politically, you didn't see what's going on now going on then. You didn't see it. It was more stability, at least on the outside looking in. Times were more stable. Nowadays, it's not. And it's because everything is being ran off emotion. Everything is being ran off emotion. Everything. There's no logic anymore. I listen to some dudes talk about certain topics, and you can feel the emotion coming out of them. And it's like, bro, you're emotional over tweets? You're emotional because he said Baltimore is infested with all types of issues? That's what got you mad like that? That's what got grown men fake crying on TV? But you never see this dude shed a tear over all the countless black lives that have been taken throughout these years? You're crying over a fucking tweet. Does that make any sense to anybody? These people do nothing but play the race card when they have no other card to play, because they know that if you think on an emotional level, you're going to seek to hate Donald Trump. And again, I don't agree with Donald Trump on a lot of different things. There are some things I really do agree on what he's doing, as far as him trying to have better border security, because we do need better border security. And trust and believe, if you are people who are living near the border and you can't speak Spanish, you don't want more of those people from all over South America, not just Mexico, coming into your neighborhoods, running wild in your city. You got people from, I heard they got people from Africa at the fucking south border. Shout out to Naima, says, good night, babe. Good night, Naima. All right. Thanks for modding tonight. Hope you have a good one, okay? Now, y'all know I don't talk politics, because I'm always going to take the logical approach. No, I'm not pro-black. Let me say it again. For everybody back there that can't hear me, hey, I'm not pro-black. Ever since I've been on YouTube 2014, I've never said anything about being pro-black. Never said anything about speaking up for the for the black community. Never said any of that shit. And I've been making videos since 2014. Go check the catalog. Go check the catalog, 2014. Real Virtues, get out my chat, bro. Don't ask me those questions. Not today. Check my catalog. When have you ever seen me talking on, the issues that you see some of these other people speaking on? You haven't. So don't come to me when I speak on certain issues like your Kaepernicks and some of these other guys who I think are morons and getting in your feelings, because you should have already known where I stood when it came to those people if you actually would watch the videos. If you would actually watch the videos and listen to the content, you will know where I stand. If you don't, it's because you ain't watching the videos. You ain't clicking that bell button. You ain't enabling all notifications. You ain't checking the content out on the daily. That's why you don't know. And yes, Real Virtues, don't question me on nothing, bro. I don't get questioned. I ask the questions. And that goes for anybody. Don't come to my chat room or comments asking me shit, okay? If women want to call me baby, bae, they can do that all day long. And this is no slight at you, Real Virtues. I just want you to understand that. Don't ask me to explain. I don't explain nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't listened to 4 years of content and figured out anything yet, it's because you purposely are not listening, and that's why you're in the situation that you are in. This has been JDBlack live on this particular live show. I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers. I don't care, because people need to get it through their heads. How I feel about politics. I really do not care for politics. The only politics that I care about is the ones in my city and in my state. Those are the ones I really care about because they affect me. Somebody tweeting something on Twitter doesn't affect me. I'm sorry. You're not going to see me cry real tears or fake tears over what somebody says on Twitter. That's not what men do. I'm sorry. That's not what men's supposed to be doing out here. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. And by the way, if you want your politics fixed, there are plenty of other content creators who will give you that. That's not me. I'm not here to talk politics because a lot of you just can't handle it. You get so emotional. You get so in your feelings. And what's funny is that it's mostly males who get emotional. Why are you getting emotional about somebody else's opinions? And what's really interesting, and I've been thinking this, I probably said this before. Why is it that some of the most pro-black dudes are the first ones in the video about a black woman? They the main ones cheerleading a video that you make speaking about black women. But as soon as you say something about Victor Blackwell or a Kaepernick, these dudes are mad. And it's like, bro, you just was going in on them sisters. Now all of a sudden you defending these guys? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? What got you in your feelings like that today, huh? You can't be 75% pro-black. You can't be 60% pro-black. You can't just be pro-black male or pro-black female. You either are all in or you just a fraud. That's the best way I can put it. That's the best way I could put it for y'all, man. Y'all know I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you everything is great. I'm gonna really be honest and tell you you can't just be 50% all in on being pro-black. You know, you got to be one. You can't be talking about how you don't care about ASAP Rocky and you act like you don't care. He's sitting up in that prison for literally, basically defending himself. But just because Donald Trump speak out in his defense, all of a sudden now you don't like the guy. He's black. You're supposed to be defending black pathology no matter what. So why is it that you run into the finish line and then you all of a sudden you start slowing down and saying, hey, that bothers me. My fist in the air, I'm putting it down right now. You know what I'm saying? No, keep that fist in the air, bro. Skate. Keep it there. Why are you shutting down now? That's what we need to know, people. But as I have said, I think I've said enough. So I may have to put this on Patreon. Who knows? I may have to put this on Patreon because content like this probably has no place on YouTube. So I may think about it. Maybe somebody hit me off with a super chat, a nice super chat. Maybe I'll keep it up. But this type of commentary is not. I don't think YouTube is ready for this shit. I don't think so. And I've cursed a lot in it too. You talk about in your feelings getter. This will definitely be an in your feelings getter. You know what I'm saying? We have to put this on here for the supporters over there, man. Because I just don't want to see males crying in the comment section. I don't want to see grown men crying in the comment section. I just don't. Because that's all I'm going to see. It ain't even the women that be upset. It be the dudes. Because the women, they care one less. They can care less about politics, to be honest with you, for the most part. It be these dudes, man. They be really hurt. And it's like, bro, it ain't even that serious, family. I laugh at this stuff because it's funny to me. I don't know, Goddess. Some people are still going to be like, you're wrong, Jay. I got proof. And they never show you the proof. Yeah, I know, ill man. That's crazy, man. I'm in here to help guys, and they find something to be upset about, and it's not even something to be that upset about. You could easily not watch. You can skip. Certain commentary. You don't have to watch it. We got way too many emotional people, man. We got to work on that, definitely. And I may just have to put this on Patreon. Sorry, folks, but listen, if you want to hear my commentary on Victor Blackwell, it'll pretty much match, in a way, what I said in this stream. So salute to everybody. Shout out to the mods. I'll see y'all on the next live show. Y'all take care. Have a good night. And I'll see y'all on the next live show. All right?